Whether you're moving kids home from school or just doing a little bit of spring cleaning, there might be some heavy lifting to do, and we're going to kind of get you in shape for that and get you ready for all of those plans that involve lifting this time of year. In this Wednesday's wellness segment, Dan Ritchie, of course, joins us from Miracles Fitness, and I really appreciate you coming in. We talk about functional training. That's what we talk about a lot of times when you come in, just being able to do your daily task without injuring yourself or to be able to strengthen your back. Tell us how we can, first of all, protect our backs, and secondly, how to strengthen them.
Okay. Well, a couple things. We know low back pain is very common. Low back injury is very common. All times of year, people are moving things, they're reaching for things, but typically what we see is people have some sort of turn. There's a twist involved. So when I go to pick something up, a lot of people know use your legs as I pick that up, but what they don't think about is what about that awkward movement where I have to turn and twist, and a lot of times it's something as light as 5 or 6 pounds, and all of a sudden we have low back pain. So today I want to show you some functional reaching movements and talk about just a couple tips for low back health.
Now, is the problem with it that you're actually making the twist, or is it that it's an uncommon move and that we're not really strengthened in those muscle cores or those muscle groups?
It's not that it's an uncommon move because we twist all the time. That's a common movement. It's that we're picking something up, typically lifting it off the floor and moving it at the same time. So we might be really strong in one direction, but then when we add a twist, now our spine is rotating, and those muscles might not be as strong or ready for that movement.
Okay, so show us what we can do in our own home in order to strengthen these muscles and to get ready for whether it's moving somebody or helping somebody else move.
Okay, sure. So this is going to be fun. We're going to challenge you a little bit. I want you to take a big step. Okay?
All right.
So you're in this position here, and what I want you to do, you're going to have to pick your back foot up. I want you to reach down towards the floor.
Okay.
And then come back up.
So that's about balance that I don't have. That's what
yeah, there's a little balance involved. Okay, let's try that again one more time. Okay, now this time you can keep both feet on the floor. What I want you to do, we're going to pretend we're reaching down for a box kind of to the right of your foot. So you're going to reach down this direction.
All right.
And you can see right there, it's sort of like if you're kind of tight through the hips and the back, I can't even reach down and get down to the ground. Now if I'm going to pick something up that's 10 pounds, all of a sudden all that tightness becomes a problem.
And where's the strengthening? Which group in particular?
We're going to strengthen the low back as well as the hips, because a lot of times it's the hips where people don't have flexibility or strength to pick something up. So all that force then goes to your low back. And pretty soon you're like, whoa, my low back's hurting. The next day it's hurting. It might be hurting for several weeks because you've overloaded it because your hips aren't helping. So you can then change to feet side by side. Okay, what I want you to do, instead of straight in front, which is kind of, everybody thinks, well, if I can pick something up in front of me, but that's not what happens a lot of times. We have to move something through a doorway. We have to fit it into a tight corner. Dorm rooms, for example, are a mess. You know, we got tight spots. So we might have to pick something up that's over here from the floor, put it up on a shelf over here. And we can do all this with weighted balls, weighted dumbbells, all sorts of different weights.
How do you know how much to start with? I mean, do you start with a kind of a lighter weight?
Well, usually I start by seeing if people can do that one-footed move. So if you can do this movement with no weight, then we add 3 or 4 pounds. Then we might work all the way up to 20 or 25 pounds depending on how heavy a lifting you're doing. The other thing that I always tell people, totally unrelated to reaching, is if you sit a lot, and if your job requires you to sit a lot, you need to get up and move. So the rule is if you sit for an hour, try to get up 3 to 5 minutes during that hour, move around your office, find something to do on your feet.
Okay, great advice, of course, protecting your back. And Dan, we really appreciate you coming in and showing us these moves, something people can do in the comfort of their own home.
Yep, anytime.
Okay, we appreciate it. Thanks so much. And just ahead, we'll have the answer to today's ticket trivia question, and we'll give you the answer and the winner. It's all coming up.